Welcome everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation with the theme, Unlock Your Natural Voice. We're also focusing on mastering memory, which is a key part of developing confidence and clarity. Over the next few slides, we'll explore practical techniques and insights to help you unlock your true voice and improve your memory skills. Let's get started. Today, we're focusing on the main topics for our session. First, we'll look at the impact on speaking skills, which is crucial for effective communication. Then, we'll explore the role of memory in learning, understanding how our ability to remember influences how we acquire new language skills. These points are central to improving your overall language proficiency, especially when preparing for the IELTS. By connecting these ideas, we'll see how understanding and enhancing memory can directly benefit your speaking performance. And of course, these discussions will tie into our broader goal of helping you become more confident and effective in the English language. Let's take a moment to look at this slide. Here, we're exploring two key concepts: the way you recall and the way you learn. These are fundamental because they highlight how our approach to learning and remembering language shapes our overall language quality. When we talk about the way you recall, we're focusing on how effectively we remember and retrieve language in real-life situations. This isn't just about memorizing vocabulary, it's about developing a natural, confident recall. On the other hand, the way you learn emphasizes the process, how we acquire new language skills. Both are interconnected because the methods we use to learn directly influence how well we can recall and use language fluently. Ultimately, by understanding and improving both these areas, we can significantly enhance our language quality, making our communication more authentic and effective. This ties back to the overall theme of developing a more natural, confident language ability. When preparing to speak, many people fall into certain patterns. Some rely on rehearsed or mechanical delivery, simply reading from notes or slides. Others might just cut and paste their speech, which can feel unnatural. Memorizing every word can also make a presentation seem stiff or forced. But here, the key: being truly communicative means connecting with your audience in a genuine way. When you speak in a real-world, effective manner, your message feels authentic and relatable, and that's what really leaves an impact. Most importantly, natural speech is the key. When you speak naturally, your message comes across more clearly and convincingly. It's about finding that balance between preparation and authenticity, so your delivery feels effortless and engaging. Let's talk about the communicative test. Now, imagine you see an example like running for a chiseled physique. It might sound impressive, but the problem is, it's no, because using fancy words in the wrong context can make your message sound unnatural. And that's something we definitely want to avoid. Remember, don't be a robot. Authenticity is key in communication. The goal is to connect with your audience naturally, not to impress them with overly complicated language. So, always think about whether your words fit the situation and the message you want to convey. This test helps us ensure that our communication feels genuine and relatable, which is essential for effective engagement. Let's talk about adding color to your speech. Natural rhythm is key here. It helps keep your audience engaged and makes your message more memorable. Speaking with meaning is also crucial. Don't just go through the motions or recite facts without passion. Instead, aim to connect your words to the message you're trying to deliver. Remember, you're not just recalling facts, you're telling a story or sharing an insight. And one important thing to avoid is the quiz tone. No one wants a presentation that feels like a test. Instead, make your delivery lively and genuine, so your audience stays interested and connected throughout. Let's talk about how examiners see the truth. When you're communicating, it's essential that your message is honest and clear so that examiners can understand exactly what you're conveying. Using language appropriately is also key. Choosing your words carefully helps you express your ideas precisely and professionally. And of course, coding phrases with real ideas means that your language should reflect genuine concepts, making your message more meaningful and easier to interpret. Throughout this process, remember that learning with meaning is what truly makes a difference. When your words connect to real ideas, you not only communicate better but also deepen your understanding. So keep these points in mind. Be truthful, choose your language wisely, and embed real ideas into your communication. That's how you make your message impactful and authentic. Let's talk about working memory. It's really about training your focus. When you're giving a presentation or trying to communicate effectively, you want to keep your attention sharp on what matters most. One key tip is, don't rely solely on notes. Instead, process the information in real time. This keeps your mind engaged and avoids the trap of reading word for word, which can break the connection with your audience. Think of your brain as your workspace, where all the thinking happens. By strengthening this workspace, you're improving your ability to handle information smoothly and confidently. Ultimately, working memory is a crucial component of clear, compelling communication, and by training it well, you'll become a more effective speaker and presenter. Let's talk about episodic memory, which is all about your personal experiences. The key idea here is to be yourself. When you recall memories that are truly personal to you, they tend to stick better. Personal memories are more vivid and easier to remember because they are meaningful and emotionally engaging. Another important point is to link language to real events. When you connect new information to something that actually happened in your life, it creates a stronger memory. Think about using your life stories to help reinforce what you're trying to learn. By incorporating your own experiences, you'll find it easier to recall information because it's tied to real, concrete events you've lived through. So, to boost your memory, remember to be authentic, relate new knowledge to your personal history, and use your life stories as a powerful tool to make learning more effective. Now, let's talk about episodic memory and how it helps us make real links between different concepts. For example, when I say fluency, you might immediately think of fruit and health. That's because these ideas are linked in our memory through experiences or associations we've made over time. Similarly, popcorn and movies often go together in our minds, creating another strong link. And let's not forget snacks in general. It's easy to connect them with fun times or relaxation. The key here is that these links are what make our memory real or meaningful. When we actively make these connections, it helps us remember things better and more vividly. So the takeaway is, the more we make these meaningful links, like connecting popcorn with movies or fruit with health, the stronger our episodic memory becomes. And that's exactly how we can enhance our overall ability to recall and learn new information more effectively. Let's talk about practicing meaningfully. It's not just about going through the motions, but really engaging with the language in a way that makes a difference. One of the most effective ways to do this is by discovering your language gaps, those areas where you're not as confident or fluent. Once you identify those gaps, you can focus your practice on filling them, which accelerates your learning. Connecting memories and language is also a powerful strategy. When you link new words or concepts to something familiar or memorable, it becomes much easier to recall and use them naturally. This creates a stronger mental association that supports your overall language development. And finally, I encourage you to start your journal. Writing regularly about your experiences, thoughts, or even daily events helps reinforce what you're learning. It's a practical way to track your progress, reflect on your journey, and see how far you've come. All these steps, practicing meaningfully, discovering gaps, connecting memories, and journaling, align with our broader goal, to make your language learning more effective and personalized. Keep these concepts in mind as you continue your practice, and you'll see steady progress. Let's talk about IELTS speaking mastery. The first step is to start today. There's no better time than now to begin working on your speaking skills. Remember, the key is to use your voice. Don't be afraid to speak up, practice regularly, and really engage with the language. This is how you build confidence and fluency. Be free to create. Let your personality shine through in your responses. The more you practice, the more your natural speaking style will emerge. And most importantly, write your own story. Your journey to mastering IELTS is unique, so embrace it. Personalize your learning, set your goals, and stay committed. In the end, mastery is about more than just passing an exam. It's about expressing yourself confidently and authentically. So, take these ideas to heart, start today, and remember, you have the power to shape your own success story.